with other people that refuse to work with us. And I want to take this opportunity to thank the following schools: Beauvais Primary School, Lyndhurst Primary School, Galtura High School, Zitobeni Secondary School, Alexander Secondary School, Sundown High, Recher Park Secondary School, Sunward Park Secondary School, Halfway House Primary School, Mikateka Primary School, Woodsworth High School, and Unity Secondary School in Davidton. The schools that I've just mentioned their name, Minister, we went to them and say, you have a swimming pool. This school that is hardly a kilometer from you does not have a swimming pool. If you use a swimming pool on Wednesday, can't you allow them to use it on Thursday? And this school said, these facilities belong to all our children. They are welcome to come and play this. They confirmed what we call a twinning program. Unfortunately, there is one learner that is not here that I wanted to pay Will Lesego. That learner comes from Lyndhurst, Minister. Minister, because of the twinning of these schools, this learner speaks pure Zulu. Purely because she felt she was denied access to other learners and she can be in a position to join other. I asked the team to play a video of this learner. Unfortunately, they could not be in a position to do so. Minister, this learner speaks Zulu as if indeed she was born speaking this language. She even knows Monate Mpola. When we introduced our ICT in schools, we were under pressure. We were told there's a waste of money. We were told there's no way that we can improve township schools utilizing technology. We are proud to report back to society that the school that we launched our ICT program called Guitumelo Secondary School in Tembisa, when we launched our ICT program, this school was performing around 63%. Today, when we're releasing these results, this school is standing at 94% matric pass rate. So all our township schools have closed the gap, and all our township schools have made sure that this performance is a performance that we can all be proud of. Indeed, we fulfilled our mandate: one classroom, one smart board, one teacher, one laptop, one learner, one tablet. The class of 2018, they've not only scored 87.92%, Minister. As the Premier have already indicated, these learners, you will see when we release their results, Minister. Collectively, these learners have not only given us 41,000 bachelor passes, but they've given us 25,000 distinctions. Of the 25,000 distinctions, almost 11,400 are coming from township schools. The Premier has indicated to you already as well that out of the top 20, Minister, I don't want to go to top 10. I said, Premier, when I speak about top 10, I'll speak about the top 20 districts in the country. Out of the top 20 districts, 15 of our districts are in the top 20. All of them are in the top 20. And there's no single district that is performing below 81%. But the good story, Minister, we've taken the results from township schools and took the results from fee-paying schools and no fee-paying schools, Minister. The gap when we started, was standing at 34%. I hope I have the figures right, sorry. But what it means, Minister, now, we've closed that gap of fee-paying school and no fee-paying school. From that huge gap, it now stands at 3.9%, which simply means no matter where you are in Gauteng, whether in a township or you are in an urban area, you stand a better chance of getting a bachelor pass or a pass in Gauteng. What excites me more, Minister, because our critics use this 30% pass to say, no. This is not genuine. What excites me, Minister, of the 84,000 learners that passed in our province, 84,000 that passed, only 9 learners passed with 30%. Only 9. So I'm calling upon our critics, try another story. This one is outdated and the sell-by date has been outrun. Because the quality of these passes demonstrate that indeed it's not about the 30%, it's more about the bachelor passes that the Premier has indicated. So let me congratulate the following schools for achieving the highest bachelor pass rate. Minister, these schools, all the learners achieved above 90% bachelor passes. World School, Gasfontein. World School, Waterkloof. World School, North Haven. Who said I don't want African schools? Yeah? Thank you so much. We truly appreciate and thank this particular school for the performances. There is this school, Minister, in the Valley. You're one of the schools that the district director took personal interest. This school stood at 54% pass rate in 2017. In 2018, we are proud to announce this school is the fastest mover in our province. From 54%, they've just given us 100% Matric pass. It must also be noted that just over 96% of Gauteng schools perform above the nationally defined benchmark for school underperformance of 65%. So 96% of all our schools, Minister, are performing above. But what is interesting, Minister, in Gauteng, we don't have a single school that does not have a learner that has passed. So we don't have a school that has 0%. We don't have a school that is less than 10. We don't have a school that is less than 20%. We don't have a school that is less than 40%. We don't have a school that is less than 50%. Minister, we only have 3 schools that are less than 70% in Gauteng. So majority of our schools are occupying the high echelon of performance, demonstrating that the quality pass that are coming from our non-township schools and township schools are indeed making things possible for us. I want to read this part. In 2009, township schools achieved an average pass of 60%, with fee-paying schools achieving 84.2%, making for a gap of 24%. In 2018, that gap has been reduced to 4.6%. compared to 12.7 in 2017. So it is worth noting that all our grade 12 learners in township have an opportunity to benefit from teaching and learning through the investment that we've made. And I want to thank these companies. We went to Nexa, Minister, and said to Nexa, you are a top company worldwide. Those that don't know Nexa, Nexa is one company that is producing something that is called nuclear technology. Because I know South Africans, when you speak about nuclear, the first thing is a bomb, like I saw a bomb when I started. So they produce nuclear, Minister, nuclear technology to assist people with cancer. This morning, you use a toothpaste to brush your teeth. A component of making that toothpaste to remain a toothpaste forever is derived from nuclear. When you came here, you drove your car. The reason why the petrol in your car, even when it's hot, it can't explode. There is a technology inside there that comes from nuclear. So we went to this school, to this company, Nexa, and said, just take 3 of our schools and convert these schools into schools of nuclear. Minister, these 3 schools here in Tshwane, Mayor, they've outperformed in terms of their matric performance purely because the science and technology that they've combined have made these schools of nuclear one of our performing schools in our province. And I want to take this opportunity to thank Nexa and other companies that has participated in this program. But let me leave the good story for the last, Minister. The story of progress learners in Gauteng. We had 5,596 learners that failed grade 11. Of the 5,596 that failed grade 11 in 2017, we said to them, yes, you failed, but because you are old and because you failed for the second time, go to grade 12. The district director said to us, MEC, how do we take 6,000 learners that have failed grade 11 and put them in grade 12? We are not going to beat Free State. The results will go down. I said to them, it's not about numbers. It's about creating opportunities for these young ones. Minister, we are proud that out of 5,596 learners that failed grade 11 in 2017, 70.38% of these learners today have a matric certificate because they passed their matric. It does not end there. 10% of these learners, they've done so with bachelor passes. It does not end there, Minister. 241 of these learners gave us distinctions in various subjects. So we are quite proud that instead of these children going to queue for a social grant, they are now queuing for the graduation ceremony one day in the university of their choice. Instead of these children queuing for an RDP house from the municipality, these learners, if they succeed, they will buy their own houses. They're not going to rely on Mayor Msimang to give them an RDP houses. Instead of these children going to prison, they're no longer going to prison, they're sharpening their skills so that they can get employment in a better place. This is a story that we must thank you, Minister, and your DG for pushing us, for giving these particular children an opportunity. But another good story, Minister, is our SIP program. We spent almost 160 million to take our children to camp. In April, in June, and in September. And I like the story that the DG Moeli normally says, that people say these particular children, if they were appropriately taught, they were not going to get this SIP support. And I said, and I share this with him, to say, DG Moeli, you are right. We, the children of the rich, we've got private tutors that are teaching our children. This seat is a private tutor for the poor, and we're going to invest in this particular sector. So, this year, our SIP program targeted 53,000 learners in grade 12 and 434 priority schools from the word go. Of the 53,000 learners that went to SIP, 84% passed their Matric, Minister. And they've given us the bachelor passes that we needed in this particular program. And unfortunately, we've got a Premier Minister. If you achieve a target, he moves that target to a bigger target. The Premier said, I have a performance contract with the Premier Minister. The Premier said you must give him 40,000 bachelor passes by 2019. I gave him 41,000 bachelor passes in 2018, Minister. A year ahead. But let me come to the district, Minister. Gauteng North, the Premier indicated, they were 75.4%. They were at 75.4% in 2017. This year, they moved from that 75% to 87% pass in 2018. And this is the district of the poor, Mayor Msimang. It covers your Brongor-Spruit and those particular areas. And I want to say to the district director, I know we had our boxing gloves, me and you. I know when you see me sometimes, I'll pretend as if I don't see you. When I come, you take another corner instead of confronting me. But I must say today, to move that district from 75 to 87, the Premier said, "Utop dog." Thank you so much. But I also want to thank the province, the district that is number one. You know, this district, Minister, it covers areas like Oliven, Boshot. It's a district that I asked the district director, Nagwechai. He said to me, MEC, Emanyane, I want to defend this trophy. I was number one last year. I want to show them that I didn't get that number one by mistake. And as I'm speaking to you, Minister, this top performing district in Gauteng is the second performing district countrywide. And Aushilda, we top dog. Thank you so much. In terms of this municipal performance, Western District Municipality achieved 89.0% from 88. Johannesburg Municipality moved to 87.2% from 84 last year. Ekurhuleni Municipality achieved 87% from 84. Sidibeng, and thanks, Mayor, your Sidibeng region moved from 83 to 89% in an area that is, you know, Tshwane municipality moved from 86%, Mayor Msimang, to 88.6 in 2018. This means all our districts are performing above 85%, and we want to thank the mayors and the communities in those particular areas. I'm not going to go to subject languages, Minister. The only thing I want to flag, there is no person that speaks Sevenda in Gauteng that has failed Sevenda. Sevenda is giving us 100% pass. Sindebele has also given us 100% pass. Zulu has given us 99.6% pass. So, Minister, our performance in terms of languages, we even beat the provinces that strictly speak those languages alone. So we are proud of our performances. But it's the gender performance, Minister, that makes us proud. Almost 9,917 more girls wrote Matric this year. 88% of boys passed, but 95% of girls passed Matric. And the girl learner achieved a bachelor pass of 41% compared to boys that are standing below that particular percentage. We just want to thank everyone, but most importantly, to thank these learners, Minister. You will see, we'll release their results. They're seeing the results for the first time, some of them here. We've got learners, Minister, that have got total in some of the subjects. Total. No, napele nekitsa magama tota score, which some must So, we want to say to these learners that are going to be announced as our top learners in this province. This province is proud of you, Banabaru. And I want to tell you this dream that people normally mock me. I dream one day of this fridge, that this particular fridge, while you are at work, you'll send an SMS to the fridge and WhatsApp and say, "Dear fridge, defrost this meat, add tomatoes and potatoes, ensure this gravy is at this temperature, prepare this pap so that by the time I arrive at home, my food is ready." Minister, today, one of these children will create that particular fridge that will send to her. So all these learners that are going to be announced as winners today, Minister, all of them, the learners that are here, we, as the GAUTENG provincial government, we are giving them a 4-year bursary at the institution of their choice until they finish their studies. We are not only doing that to these learners, Minister. Every learner in a no-fee paying school in Gauteng, any learner that is number 1 in their own school, number 2 in their own school, number 3 in their own school, in the entire province, all of them, as of tomorrow, they're going to get bursary letters for 4 years of free higher education at the institution of their choice. Because we want to invest in the future in Gauteng. We don't want children with this kind of results to stay at home and do nothing. We want these children to come back and ensure that the video that we've played for you of Gauteng, that Gauteng remains competitive and it grows above all other provinces. There are other awards that these kids will receive. You will get them when we announce. But I want to congratulate them in advance. We have made this province proud, and we are very proud of you. As I conclude, Minister, with my personal story, in 1988, when I was in Matric, Minister, I led students, and unfortunately, when we lead students, you need to lead by example. In 1988, when we were responding to a call to make South Africa ungovernable, we ensured that learners must not write Matric in that particular year in Tembisa. And there was one person that was playing nice music. And that particular person ensured that learners don't go astray, that even if we say we are boycotting classes because we don't want this apartheid education, this particular person kept all the learners inside the classroom, including myself. So if in 1988 I didn't listen to this person, who knows where we will be in the ultimate end. I want to take this opportunity. He's my personal pastor, a family pastor, a person that played music and is selling lots and lots of records today, to say to him, thank you so much, Pastor Soli Mahlangu, for coming here and also for praying for us. If you can stand, Soli Mahlangu, so they can stand. Thank you so much. And also there's a pastor, minister. Let me just share this short story with you. When we were at the university, I was the president of the SRC, so we have this thing called transformation. So we wanted a black person to be the principal of the campus professor. And the university said, go and look for this principal. So I said to this pastor, let's go together to look for this principal. So we heard there was a professor in the University of the North, Tefluop. So we drove in a Golf together to go to, then when we were passing Benoni, we were stopped by two, sorry to use race, two white young people who said the pastor was driving badly. So they had bad ball boys, bats. They wanted to clobber the pastor. So I wanted to defend this pastor. So I went at the back of the car. I pretended that there is a gun there. So I opened and said, leave us alone, leave us alone. And I'm protecting this pastor. This pastor turned to me and said, Panyaza, you know you don't have a gun there. Leave us alone. And these guys came heavily to me now, and I had to run. But today this pastor is here as well. Pastor Solomon Mabuza, thank you so much for gracing this event. I want to thank you for being here. Where's Pastor Solomon? Thank you so much. I want to conclude by thanking the HOD, the Premier, members of the Executive Council, the support staff in my office, and all the staff members that are working for the Gauteng Department of Education. These results belong to you, not to us. I also want to thank all the teacher formations, the SGBs. We fight purely because we want good things to happen to our children. I also want to personally thank the minister. People might not be aware, I know the minister does not like this as well. When I was a young man, I was interested in politics, nothing else but politics. But it's this minister that recruited me to be her spokesperson when she was appointed an MEC for social development. And since then, I worked with this minister, and this year is the 17th year that I've been working with her. Mama, thank you so much. You taught me the road. You taught me the road, you taught me everything, but most importantly, you protected me like your biological son. I don't know an insult from you. Even when I was naughty, not arriving early at work or dodging at work, you will not say or raise a voice or raise a finger. This, the 87.9 Matric pass in Gauteng, this is your results as well, Minister. And thank you so much. Truly appreciate it. To my family, thank you so much for your understanding and the time that I spend that I'm not at home. I know what it means to have an absent father or not to have a head of the family. And I'm glad when I invited you to join me this evening. My child came here. Kogetso, thank you so much, my boy. for being here, for representing the family. Thanks, my brother. The very, very last one. There is a team in the department, Minister. We meet 7 o'clock every Monday. And this team is led by women. And this particular team is the one that plan ahead in terms of the passes that we need, in terms of everything that we need within the education space. And some of them have gone through personal challenges because of these meetings of 7 o'clock every Monday, but also for pushing them beyond the limit. To this, especially the women leadership in the department, if I've affected your relationship, if I affected the relationship with your children, may these results be a consolation, and may I say, I'm truly sorry. But thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much, everyone.
Department of Education embraces the future. It's a bright future, thriving, positive, transformed, and it will be shaped by a new group of leaders, young pioneers who excel academically and apply themselves with superior commitment. Think about it. They are where they are today because they have always focused on tomorrow. In primary school, they thought about which subjects to take in high school. In high school, they honed their skills and focused on preparing for Matric. In Matric, they went all out to get the results that would benefit their tertiary education. And now, as they embark on a journey to transform society, their gaze remains on the horizon, always looking forward for ways to ensure this province, this country, this world becomes a better place. This is our future, and the GAUTENG Department of Education salutes you. Young guns that forever think ahead.
So before thinking, I would say it would mean to not be held back by what has happened to you in the past, or past experiences, or things you have heard from different people. So you keep being open-minded and not being afraid to delve into the future and do what you believe has to be done.
The most important lesson I learned in secondary school is that you have to be a disciplined person. Without discipline, you never achieve anything in life.
All right, so we come out of that GAUTENG announcement on the Matric results. The Education MEC, Banyaza Lusufi, just giving us a sense of how the province performed. It did very well. It registered the highest performance, a pass rate of 87.9%, top of the league in the country for the year of 2018. We're going to have more Matric results news for you after a short break.
Right now, I think we're a bit too young to be able to say what exactly it holds. But I think if we all work together and bring about what I've seen have happened between the different youths of our time, it can only be a bright and successful future for our country.
The GAUTENG Department of Education takes this approach. A strategic, sustained focus on ensuring every learner feels valued and inspired by an innovative education system. This is being achieved on many fronts.
Well, beginning in 2014, we introduced something that we call 10 pillar program, which is 10 strict pillars that outline the work that we wanted to carry for the next 5 years. And we are quite thrilled that as we reach the tail end of the fifth administration, we are proud with the achievements that we've scored. One of the key areas that we committed to was to change the face of township education. That particular commitment of changing the face of township education and ensuring that township education becomes as close as possible with quality education that can be found across the education space and also across other institutions, whether they're in a private or independent space. So we are quite proud that they've made huge investment.
And the proof of all this hard work can be found here.
We've also introduced what we call full ICT schools that they define in total. These are schools where from grade 8 until grade 12, or from grade R until grade 7, these kids are utilizing ICT devices to enhance the education system.
In the hearts and minds of these exceptional bursary holders, they are Gauteng's future, ready, willing and able to steer this economic powerhouse towards even greater prosperity, innovation and quality of life.
The one thing my school quickly learned was knowledge and information. As kids from township schools, we hardly ever had information about bursaries and universities. They gave us workshops where they told us about different bursaries and they gave us application forms for those bursaries. And also they encouraged us consistently and continuously to apply for universities.
We have the wrong view that you can't continue with 20th century methods in the 21st century. We need to move the time and ensure that we prepare our children for what we call the fourth industrial revolution. The revolution of robots, the revolution that will allow our children to be part of what we call driverless cars, a world of drones, and most importantly, a world that will allow our children to be part of closing that particular gap so that they can dream about devices or innovating things that will assist them to move forward. We've also introduced what we call schools of specialization. This is something that is very, very close to our hearts. We've entered into an agreement with Samsung where we've got our children being part of Samsung Engineering School. Here, our children who are still at grade 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12 are taught how to package, to maintain and fix various Samsung products from laptops, tablets, fridges, air conditions, television sets, washing machines, so that they can gain the skills that they will need when they complete their education in our schools. We've also entered into a major agreement with Honeywell. Honeywell is one of the top companies in the aviation industry. They are our major sponsors in terms of our aviation school. Our aviation school is teaching our children with all careers within the aviation industry. We've got companies like ComAir, Air France, and many other institutions that have shared their vision and their resources to be part of our aviation school. We've also opened a school of agriculture in the West End. It's a school that is teaching our children not to be farm workers but to be farm owners. Who will forget our School of Nuclear Technology in Swan, 3 of our schools there in partnership with NEXA. Those children there, they are taught about the skills in the nuclear industry. They know the economics of the nuclear industry, but they're also taught so that they can compete with other children in other parts of the world. There are 2 new schools of specialization that are going to launch later this year. One is going to be a school of the motor industry together with BMW, Nissan, Mercedes-Benz. We are opening new schools in Swan that will teach our children how to build new cars and how to be part of getting the skills that are needed.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you please give our ABC another round of applause? I'm one of those people who's a firm believer of to whom much is given, much is expected. You know, it goes back to the concept of whatever position you have in society, in life. You know, you're not blessed, you're actually blessed to be a blessing. It's not about you, it's about everybody else that you can do something for. And I think you're doing an incredible job and you're changing lives. And I think these young people are just, that fridge is coming, because I would like it as well. So thank you so much for all the hard work. And I love what you said about your teachers and actually inviting Bumama to come here. You know, I remember from Ampatele going to, back then we called it multiracial schools. And I remember in 1995 I got into that school and they said, what is your name? And I was like, my name is Bokan Munjani. And how old are you? My name is Bokan Munjani. Because back then that's all I knew. And I remember before the year ended, I was on stage and I was narrating the 3 little pigs for our grade. And why? Because one teacher believed in me. And thank you so much. And I think let's give a round of applause to our teachers as well. In 2011, when I was the reigning Miss South Africa, and you were the spokesperson to Mam Inji, I remember I got a call from a number I had no idea what it was, and I said hello. The person said is the guy. And I said, I'm good. And he said, no, my name is Banyaza Lisufi and I'm the spokesperson to the minister. And it was in July. It was a Mandela Day celebration. We'd like you to come and be part of it and motivate the young people of our country as obviously being a Miss South Africa. And I said, of course I'd love to. And I think Mama Angie can see you that ever since then I'm part of the furniture. I'm still here, loving this beautiful department and the work that you're doing. And so ladies and gentlemen, without wasting any further time, I'd like to call on our Minister of Education, Mama Angie Matric.
These are the top three Elson learners. In third position, Mahabane Tabo Moses from Philadelphia, Tshwane West District. In second position, Mzele Ipaile Pezi from Philadelphia, Tshwane West District. First position in this category is Hebron Natasha Ann from School of Achievement, Prostasi School, Ekurhuleni South District. Hebron received the following results. English Home Language, 193. Afrikaans First Additional Language, 232. Tourism, 267. Mathematical literacy, 262. Hospitality, 250. Engineering, graphics and design, 231. Life orientation, 263. These are the top three schools with most bachelor classes. In third position, Core School, Noordhaven, GAUTEng West District. In second position, Core School, Vanderkloof, Tshwane South District. First position in top schools with most bachelor classes category is Core School, Gauteng, Tshwane South District.
So much for your assistance. I'd like to call two individuals to help us with the next categories. Dada Solim Simanga and Dada Joe Mbisi, who is the chairperson of the Education Committee.
North District with marks of 300 out of 300, achieving 100%. Subject performance categories. In the subject category, best learner in economics. Top learner is Uhlanga Rachel Nesipho from Tabisa West Secondary School, Ekurhuleni North District, with marks of 300 out of 300, achieving 100%. The subject category, best learner in geography, top learner is GAUTENG, Isiba Secondary School, Ekurhuleni North District, with marks of 289 and 28 out of 300. In the subjects category, best learners in history, all with marks of 300 out of 300, achieving 100%. Top learners are Mukhatite Bokhomre from Khatlopele Secondary School, Johannesburg West District. Mukoko Kanane Nkolalula from Mohone Secondary School, Johannesburg West District. Olwatasangela Yunus from Tamsara Secondary School, Johannesburg South District. In the subject category, best learner in English first additional language, top learner is Zenda Marcel Ernst from Roscoe Buttercliffe, Tshwane South District, with marks of 288.68 out of 300. In the subject category, best learner in life sciences, top learner is Hatim Johan from Roscoe Buttercliffe, Tshwane South District, with marks of 294.95 out of 300. In the subject category, best learner in accounting, top learners are Ayop Talay from Central Islamic School, Tshwane South, with marks of 300 out of 300, achieving 100%. Tracy Joshua James from Greenside High School, Johannesburg North, with marks of 300 out of 300, achieving 100%.
Ekurhuleni South. These are the top 3 independent school learners. In third position, Ayop Taleh from Central Islamic School, Swane South. In second position, Dinda Mkiao from Lenasia Muslim School, Johannesburg South. In first position, Kala Yusra from Lenasia Muslim School, Johannesburg South. Kala received the following results: English Home Language, 280. Afrikaans First Additional Language, 291. Accounting, 294. Physical Science, 294. Mathematics, 293. Life Sciences, 279. Life Orientation, 296. These are the top 3 SIP priority schools. In third position, Soshanguve Secondary School, Swane North. In second position, Ratepo Secondary School, Swane North. In first position, Riduete Secondary School, Swane West.
Laura Lumerice principal.
These are the top 3 SIP priority learners. In third position, Chichi Ayabonga. In second position, Ramotala Peter Ramajoro from Thomas Mufulo Secondary School, Johannesburg Central. First position, Molata T6 from PJ Simelane Secondary School, Johannesburg West. Molata received the following results: Sesotho 268, English First Additional Language 274, Mathematics 300, Physical Science 300, Geography 287, Life Sciences 274, Life Orientation 271. These are the top 3 performers for the category Most Improved Schools. In third place, Mopaka Secondary School, Sidibeng West. In second position, Ramulele Secondary School, Sidibeng West District. In first position in the Most Improved Schools category is Repapuhile Secondary School, Swane South.
District Director.
Congratulations to all our winners. Can we please give them a round of applause? They are truly reaping the seeds that they have sown. Congratulations to all of you. You are an inspiration to us, the young ones. We do look up to each and every one of you. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on to the MEC's Special Award. We'd like to excuse our mayor. Thank you so much for helping us. Now we're going to the Henry Gwala Award.
In the category Henry Gwala MEC Special Award, the award goes to Molada Diset from PJ Simelane Secondary School, Johannesburg West.
Congratulations. Yes, but I am the MC, so I'm not going to excuse him. With all due respect, would like you to still stick around for us for the previous stars. And then I would also like to call Umam Angie Mutseha to come. Yes, please. A round of applause for her. Before we start with the top 3 performing township schools, I'd like to apologize. We missed one student, and I'd really like to give him his moment of glory and let him be celebrated. His name is Tisezo Molada, and he has received 100% in physical science. How could we miss him? Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Tisezo Molada. Congratulations. We'd like to start with the top 3 performing township schools. In 3rd position, we have Soshanguve Secondary School, which is from Tsohane North. In 2nd position, we have Rathebo Secondary School, which is also from Tshwane North. And then in 1st position, ladies and gentlemen, we have Ritumeti Secondary School, also, well, from Tshwane, but Tshwane West. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still experiencing a little technical problem, but I will go on and announce the next category, the top 3 performing township learners. In 3rd position, we have Chichi Ayabonga from Ibongo Secondary School, Johannesburg Central. In 2nd position, we have Ramutala Peter Ramajoro from Thomas Mufolo Secondary School, which is in Johannesburg Central. And in 1st position, we have Monadati Sezo from PJ Simelane Secondary School, Johannesburg West.
These are the top 3 performing districts. In third position is Sidibeng East District. In second position is the Johannesburg East District. In first position is the Tshwane South District. These are the top 3 overall best performing schools in Gauteng. In third position, Afrikaanse Boer Macy School, Tshwane South. In second position, World School, Gauteng, Tshwane South. In first position, World School, Waterkloof, Tshwane South. These are the top 3 overall best performing candidates for the 2018 National Senior Certificate Examination. In third position, Kala Yusra from Lenasia Muslim School, Johannesburg South. In second position, Hatim Yone from World School, Waterkloof, Tshwane South. The overall best performing candidate in Gauteng for the 2018 National Senior Certificate Examination is Mutsingwa Timotenda Christine from Greenside High School, Johannesburg North. Mutsingwa received the following results: English Home Language 290, Afrikaans Second Additional Language 285, Physical Science 296, Life Sciences 292, Information Technology 292, Mathematics 288, Life Orientation 286.
Ladies and gentlemen, as for the overall top achievers, let us please give them a round of applause. Thank you so much to our Minister and MEC. You're finally excused. Thank you so much, sir. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before I call upon the last speaker, I have a few acknowledgements that I would like to make. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge all our parents, all our taxpayers, because it is through your financial aid that the department gets financial means to provide for us. It is through your taxes, it is through your, you wanting to give back to society that you equipped the department with the necessary financial aid to cater for us. Secondly, I'd like to acknowledge the department for all the hard work that you are doing, all of the programs that you have established to assist us, the SIP programs, the ICT. We acknowledge all of your things. Thank you so, so much. We'd also like to thank our parents for the support and for all your hard work, because we wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. Thank you so, so much. We'd also like to thank our teachers, our surrogate mothers and fathers, because if it wasn't for you, honestly, we wouldn't be where we are. We know all of these things because you teach them to us. Without you, honestly, we are nothing. And especially in Gauteng, where we're facing a lot of problems, you have dedicated your lives to serving us. You have dedicated your lives to making sure that we are educated and that we are catered for. Thank you so, so much. Lastly, I'd like to thank all of the matriculants. Class of 2018, congratulations, we are so, so proud of you. What you did is a choice, and this is something that we should acknowledge. You are not forced to do what you are doing. You chose to stay in school, you chose to do all of this hard work, and for that, we acknowledge you. So ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I'd like to call upon Mr. Joe Bisi, who's going to give us the vote of thanks. Please give him a round of applause.
Thank you very much. Ma'am Simang, we're doing paperless, and it's unfortunate that you left us for Tswane. Program directors, thank you very much. I want to thank both the captain and the pilot, Bokang and Lesego, for running this program so well. So me and Bokang have a special relationship. She's my daughter. She's my daughter because she's the best friend of my biological daughter. So she is my daughter. Congratulations, my baby. But first, let me, without a waste of time, I know we are all hungry now. So it will be between me and the food that you're not going to live without food. Let me first say thank you to our Premier who left for Durban, and we want to thank him very much for leading this very difficult province, a very dynamic province, but through his stewardship, we managed to succeed this year in 2018 to produce the best marks that we have. To our Honorable Minister, Meenji Ralebwa Hulu, indeed, not only MEC Lusufi is your son, but you have many sons and daughters in this province, and I'm one of them. We want to thank you for leading us and leading this province. Before you went to national, you said before you left, and I want to quote you. You said in your last debating speech in the legislature, because I went through the archives, Minister. You said, as we close this term, ours is to make sure that Gauteng does not go down, but upward mobility for our people. Close quote. So, we want to thank you for being the best minister in the country, for being a mother that is an exemplary to all women in our country. To my fellow fighter, not an EFF one, but a fellow fighter in the African National Congress, the Honorable MEC Lesufi, we want to thank you. You are a blessing to this country, not only in Gauteng. And we were talking to some colleagues and he said, hey, we are coming to the end of our term. So we don't want to speculate, but we want to thank you for being a leader that you are and being the best minister. But we enjoy a game. Enjoy a game. And thank you to your family. We appreciate you, young doctor and the young son. To the executive mayors, thank you very much. Mayor from Sidibeng, Mayor from Tshwane. I was saying to him that I think Honorable His Excellency Msimang, because he served in this portfolio committee that I'm leading, so he's missing that space. So the elections are coming. I hope that they deploy him back to the portfolio committee, not as a premier. I'm joking. He's my friend, so I can diss him. To the Vice Chancellor, thank you so much for allowing us to use this facility. We want to thank the Council of the University, and through you, we want to say thank you. I have a long working relationship with you when I was an advisor to the Minister. We used to work very close together, and it's good to see you being strong like that and allowing us to be here. To the Vice Principal, Shabalala, Siabonga. Siabonga, Vice Principal, thank you very much. To the MPs and MPLs who are present here, thank you so much. We appreciate your presence, and we know that councillors who are here in Tshwane and in our province, the schools are opening next week, so we need your help, and we hope that you will help us definitely, as you always do. To the DG of Basic Education, Baba Matanzi Masiabo, thank you for being here. We know yesterday we ambushed you. We arrived unannounced, some of us, because we heard through a grapevine that our province did a wonderful job. So it can't be celebrated without the chairperson of the portfolio committee. To our DG in the province, Mambaleni, thank you so much. Siabonga DG. To my dearest friend, the HOD, Datem Suwe, thank you so much. And your team of the DDGs and chief directors of the department. I was saying to the MEC, no MEC would want to lose such DDGs. No MEC would want to lose these chief directors. No one would want to lose these district directors that we're having in our province. We want to thank you for working so hard. I know 7 o'clock meetings, some of you were complaining to me to say, hey, these 7 o'clock meetings are tough. But here are the results, and we want to thank you. To the district directors, and we want to say to you, Realebua, particularly to the 8 districts that are in the top 10. You made GAUTENG proud, and we want to thank you. To the union leadership, leaders of SATU, leaders of Nehau, leaders of NAPTOSA, and leaders of PEU, thank you for not having the strikes like we have experienced in other provinces and supporting education in our province. Thank you so much. To the SGBs, I saw the leaders earlier, and yesterday, Minister, we were saying to them, they must help us this year to make sure that they must not block success in our schools, because some of the SGB chairpersons are not behaving like the governance structure. They want to behave like governance, and we were promised yesterday that they are going to make us proud. To leadership of COSAS, SASCO, and the PYA that are here, thank you for gracing this occasion. We really appreciate it. To all educators in our province, Realebua. And I always say, MSc, you know that I always praise the female principals. Most of the schools that have been led by Bomme are doing well. And those that have been led by Bontate that are successful, kibo principal basa paring di jeans abatla skolo. But there are those that are wearing jeans during contact time, and we know that their performance is not as good as those that are wearing suits when they teach. Most importantly, let us congratulate our very, very important people, our VVIPs, class of 2018. Thank you so much. You made us proud. Can we stand up and give them a standing ovation? The class of 2018. Thank you so much. When all is said and done, we can't celebrate without thanking our sponsors. We want to thank all of our sponsors for contributing to the laptops and the tablets that are going to be given to our learners. We want to thank you for supporting this class of 2018. To my fellow colleagues in the portfolio committee, I know that we have ruffled feathers in some areas. Honorable Ramulifo, I haven't seen other members of the portfolio committee. We can't say that it is only for the department, but through our research work and through the robust oversight that we've been doing, the department has achieved this, and we want to thank the portfolio committee. Lastly, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad he mentioned that I am his daughter, because I'm best friends with his daughter, and the very first photo shoot in Johannesburg, he took us to it because we didn't know if we can trust the people, but he took me and his daughter through, and 5 years later I was Prime Minister of South Africa, so it goes back to it takes a village to raise a child. So it's not always your own mom and dad, it literally takes a village. And there are just so many people across the journey of life that will just come through and touch your life in so many ways. So thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've come to the end of our journey, but before that, I would like to call all the students to please, I know not everybody got a chance to take a photo with the MEC, the minister, everybody else, and we would like you guys to come through to the stage for a photo opportunity. And I'd just like to thank the parents, any person who plays the role of a parent. Thank you so much, and we never grow weary in parenting. To our amazing teachers that work so hard, thank you so much, and may you continue to motivate, to encourage, and actually to take your time to see something in these young people, to make them believe in themselves. I'd also like to thank the class of 2018. I have no doubt that you guys are going to be great. I wish each and every single one of you all the best. May you be great in everything. May everything you touch turn to gold. And of course, I think I'm going to thank my co-host. I just can't wait to be flown by you across the world. You have been incredible, you are incredible, and like each and every single young person that is here, if there's anything you can take from me is that you are not defined by your background. So, Nsebo, it's been such a pleasure and an honor emceeing with you.
Captain. Ladies and gentlemen, as the captain of this play, I'd like to say that and spend it with us. Thank you. Lunch.
Oh, can I?